to feel more comfortable, feel like you're a bigger contributor, ready to be a big part of this team? Do you? Does it feel different for you?
The main difference for this camp and when last year, I was just learning so much so quick last year, and it was just going so fast for me. The main thing this year, I feel like I have a lot more knowledge, and I can play the game a lot more fast, I can play a lot more physical, and I can play a lot more confident now because I know the game so much more.
How difficult was that transition for you, going from high school, being on the field nonstop, being the superstar guy, and then kind of starting it all over again? Was it humbling in a way that, you know what, man, they don't really care what I did when I was over there at Tailhandler. They care what you're doing here, and I got to get up to speed pretty quick.
It's definitely a humbling experience because it's most high school guys make that transition going from their best player in their high school and then going to college, and they're backup. They just got to do their time, honestly. I think I did my time last year, but while I was doing that time, I learned a lot of things, made a lot of knowledge, and made a lot of gains to prepare myself for this year.
Just talk about this defense and how good it can be. I mean, you're right now listed number 2 on the depth chart, but I mean, just being a part of a defense that has the ceiling that this defense has.
There's a lot of potential in this defense, but nothing really matters until you get on the field and actually prove it. So there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of buzz about the defense, and there's definitely a lot of potential, but it all comes down when you actually get on the field and have a good performance.
What do you see your role being this year? I know you're sitting behind some guys, but how do you feel like you're going to contribute this year?
That's up to Coach V. I don't know. I'm going to come out here every day and work my butt off and try to prove to him that I'm worthy of getting on the field, but it all comes down to him and Coach Sweeney's decision.
I talked to a couple of people that watched you in the scrimmage, and they just said you were a wild man. You play with a sense of reckless abandonment. Is that your mentality when you go out there, Ben?
I feel like that's what most linebackers have to have. You want to be a successful linebacker, you got to have a different mentality. You got to have see ball and get ball on the field. I feel like that fits me pretty well. But I feel like most linebackers, if you want to be successful and play well at this level, you got to have that mentality.
You ever feel like you got to dial it down though, just for safety's sake? Because I've heard some crazy things about how you play.
Coach Sweeney wants me to dial it down sometimes when we're doing tracking and thud and all that. But I'm learning. I'm definitely getting better at it. But it's hard though. It's hard.